Is the real estate exam hard? I get asked this more than any other question. So here's the honest answer. Yes, it's hard. If someone tells you it's easy, they either passed it years ago and forgot, or they got lucky. But I need to say the other thing too. It's not the bar exam. It's not the CPA. You don't need to be a genius to pass. Most people who fail didn't fail because the material was beyond them. They failed because they studied wrong. Let me show you what I mean. First attempt pass rates in most states hover between 55 and 65%. That means roughly 4 out of 10 people fail on their first try. That sounds bad until you understand why. It's not because the test is impossibly difficult. It's because a huge chunk of people who show up didn't prepare correctly. They used the wrong materials, skipped the state-specific content, or ran out of time on the math. So what makes the exam tricky? It's the breadth. You're expected to know something about contracts, financing, property law, agency relationships, fair housing, math, ethics, and your state's specific rules. That's a wide net. But none of it is particularly deep on its own. The challenge isn't complexity, the challenge is coverage. You can't afford to skip a major topic and hope it doesn't show up. It will show up. Now let's talk about the part that scares people the most, the math. I get it, math feels official and intimidating. But here's the reality. There are about 10 to 12 formulas you need to know. Commission splits, prorations, loan-to-value ratios, gross rent multiplier, cap rate. If you passed algebra in high school, you can do these. The trick is doing practice problems in context, not just memorizing formulas on a flashcard. You need to see what a proration question actually looks like on the exam. You need to work through a commission split the way the test will ask it. Once you've done that 15 or 20 times, the anxiety goes away. The fear is always worse than the actual questions. How does this compare to other tests you've taken? It's harder than your driver's test. You need to know more, and the stakes are higher. It's easier than the CPA exam. It's easier than the bar. It's roughly comparable to a college final in a course you actually attended and paid attention in. If you took 4 years of undergrad and passed multiple final exams, you already know what a test at this level feels like. Here's the part most people underestimate, the state-specific section. Most study plans focus heavily on the national content, which makes sense because that's the bigger portion. But a significant chunk of your exam covers your state's specific laws, forms, and procedures. Those questions aren't in the national curriculum. If you only studied national content, you're walking into 30 to 40% of the exam unprepared. That's where I see people lose points they didn't expect to lose. So how much time do you actually need to study? Plan on 60 to 80 hours of real study time, not calendar time. Hours with your eyes on material, taking notes, doing practice questions. That's about 2 to 3 weeks of focused full-time effort, or 4 to 6 weeks if you're studying part-time around work. Here's my bottom line. The real estate exam is manageable. The material is learnable. The time commitment is reasonable. But you have to actually do the work, and you have to do it the right way. Use state-specific materials, do timed practice exams, don't skip the math, and spend more time on practice questions than on video lectures. If you put in the 60 to 80 hours with the right materials, you are going to pass. Your license is on the other side of this exam. It's worth the effort. I'm Matt Wilson with License Professor. Check the link in the description for the full breakdown, including pass rates by state and exactly how to structure your study plan.